Hello and welcome to Theme Park Worldwide, where the sun is shining, and today I'm back here at the absolutely wonderful Alton Towers Resort. Now, I wasn't expecting to be back here so soon. However, just a few days ago, the resort announced that they were going to be opening the gardens to be able to walk around and have some of your daily exercise, which of course is still allowed at the moment during the lockdown. Along with National Trust attractions, they're open, and also local things like Trentham Gardens, which isn't too far away. They're open as well to allow people to exercise. So Alton Towers have got that permission to be able to open the gardens and to allow us locals to come and enjoy them. So that's why I'm here today, have a little walk around in the sunshine, check out the gardens, and also it's our first opportunity to see the Christmas decorations. And as you can see, Tower Street is absolutely full of Christmas trees. So along with getting some exercise, having a walk around the gardens, I'm going to give you an update on Christmas here at the Alton Towers Resort. Now, fingers crossed, Christmas will still be able to go ahead as planned in December after this lockdown does come to an end. However, anything is subject to change at the moment. Alton Towers are prepared. They've got all the Christmas setup going on at the moment, just in case, of course, they can still go ahead with it, which, fingers crossed, the lockdown will come to an end when it's supposed to at the start of December, allowing businesses to be able to reopen again. So fingers crossed for that one. But it's a lovely day for it. Let's start off here on Tower Street, have a walk around, check out the decorations, and then head down throughout the areas that are open for us to walk around today. Now, if you do want to come and enjoy the Alton Towers grounds as part of your daily exercise routine, they are open across the next 3 weekends, Fridays, Saturdays and Sundays through until the 29th of November. And tickets need to be booked online in advance on the Alton Towers website. As we can see then, there's Christmas trees absolutely everywhere. We've got no decorations on at the moment, but they have got all LED lights inside, which we can see just here. Of course, they're all switched off, saving them ready for Christmas, but there's absolutely loads of Christmas trees. They've been doing this for quite a few years now, and it looks absolutely amazing at night, especially when you stand on the top balcony just over there. Not only that though, they've got icicle lights up on the main entrance, and they've put the garland that's got all the baubles and lights in all down the side of the buildings just there as well here on Tower Street. Of course, them buildings aren't open to guests to go in. They're actually all offices over that side. But as we all know, the merch shop, Towers Trading over here, that's all decked out as well for Christmas. As you can see, you've got all the garland up the top there. In the window just over there, there's a wreath as well. And yeah, that's all decked out nicely, ready for the festive season. So I think what we'll do, we'll carry on having a little walk straight down and have a little look down this way. More lovely decorations to see there on the entrance of Towers Trading. As you can see, the lights are actually turned on in those garlands as well. So yeah, doing a little bit of early testing with those. Now, as we can see, the Christmas trees are absolutely everywhere. These ones haven't got lights in yet, so I imagine they're starting off at the top down there and working down the street. But as I'm sure you can imagine, it's quite a big job to decorate all of these Christmas trees. There's loads down here on Tower Street, maybe 30, 40 Christmas trees at a quick observation. But yeah, there isn't the main Christmas tree in place yet. It normally stands just in the middle of the grass just over here. They've got all the presents out ready around the side, but the big tree isn't in yet. So you can actually see they've cut a little space for it just there in the middle. That's where it actually stands. So I imagine that'll be getting installed across the next couple of weeks in the middle as normal, unless it's going to go somewhere else this year. But the fact that that's all been cut there ready for it looks to me like it is going to go into place. And they've got all the presents down there as well. In terms of other decorations that we can see and lights, Corner Coffee over there, that's got all the usual garlands on as well with the lights and baubles. And then over to CBeebies Land now. If I zoom in just on the trees there, you can see there's some LED lights in the trees. Again, they've had those for a few years now. They come out every year, but they always look nice, especially as a great photo opportunity down there at the entrance of CBeebies Land. Even though it's only been 8 days since the park closed for the end of the season, it feels like a lifetime ago since we was down here enjoying all the entertainment. Of course, Oktoberfest was held on the front lawns, then the Scarefest entertainment on here. And yeah, as we can see, all of that now has completely gone, other than the big festoon lights that were in the trees. These were installed for Oktoberfest and then stayed up all throughout Scarefest. But yeah, they're actually still in place in the trees, so I imagine they're keeping those for Christmas. But yeah, they're actually barried off this nice little seating area here where of course you can come and have a nice little picnic if you come in here. Socially distanced of course, all the benches down here, but it's quite a nice place just to come and have a little sit down, a little bit of a chill out whilst you're having your exercise and walking round. They have kept the truss posts here as well. These normally stay in for Christmas because of the lighting what's on there, and normally they have it lit up in green and red all at the bottom of Tower Street just here, but they've kept the festoon lights hanging from the sides there as well. So in terms of the areas that you can walk around at the moment, it's Towers Street, part of Mutiny Bay, and then of course the pathway down into the gardens themselves, and we'll see exactly which pathways they've got open in the gardens when we head down there shortly. But yes, you can actually walk here into Mutiny Bay, and the toilets are open here for you to use if you come into this as well. But as you can see, there's a couple of Christmas trees just around the side here. No decorations or lights yet, but normally these trees are placed just out the front here, and they put various different lights and decorations on them. But I must say Mutiny Bay is looking very festive. All the garlands all around the side, loads of different trees. Here a bit of work going on around the corner in the courtyard as well. Oh, and Heave Ho's disappeared. There we go. Now Heave Ho is one of the rides that's open for Christmas, so I imagine they're just doing the maintenance on that early. But there you go, it's quite interesting to see. No boat over there on Heave Ho. Yeah, of course, all rides have to have their maintenance, and with the Christmas rides as well, they've got to get it done early. So yeah, in between that gap now of a month between the end of the season and of course opening for Christmas, hopefully, they're making sure the maintenance is done there. But yeah, all the different real trees, you can see it's all an ongoing installation, all the lights down there ready to go in on some of the trees all around here on the side. But yeah, not too sure what's going on down here in the courtyard. Looks quite interesting. Lots of wood there, like they're building something. Maybe for Christmas? Oh, here we go. Loads of panels there. Not too sure. I guess we'll find out. Or at least I hope we'll find out for the Christmas opening. Looks interesting. Looks like a panelled walkway at the bottom, or a hut or shed or something. There's another big delivery of wood down there at the back. You can just see it there. Interesting. We'll see what happens with that one, but they've never normally have anything there for Christmas unless they're building a stage or something in there, a food unit. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. It's quite funny seeing no Heave Ho there, isn't it? A little look at that for you. They've took some of the panels off the front just here as well. You can see where you can actually see the blue through there before. I remember when it opened actually in 2008, a long time ago now for Mutiny Bay, but it was just painted blue. It didn't have the wooden panels on like it does now. Looks a lot better, doesn't it, with those wooden panels in place though. As you can see, you've got all the decorations all the way around here. I wonder how many metres of garland they've got for Christmas here at Alton Towers. There's loads of it absolutely everywhere, all around here on the games units, up that way of course towards the Sea Life Centre that is open as part of the Christmas event. I'll go through the rides later on in the video, what are going to be open for Christmas if the event of course can take place. But yeah, as you can see, you've got all sorts of garlands absolutely everywhere. Looks really nice. Some lights on the toilets down here as well, as we can see all around the rooftop just here. Now that's a lot of Christmas trees down here at the Mutiny Bay courtyard. It is all blocked off here by the fencing, but yeah, there's loads of wood in there, so they're definitely building something. I can hear a bit of construction taking place around the corner as well. So yeah, looking forward to hopefully finding out what that's going to be at Christmas. Of course, all of the area here that leads up towards Wicker Man is blocked off. We've got this one lonely Christmas tree just here waiting to be decorated. Lights are ready down there on the floor. Such a big job though for them to go round and decorate all of these and get all the lights connected up, and that's the thing, it's not just putting the actual lights onto them, it's connecting it all together. But yeah, big Bob's around there sleeping tight. We can just see him around the other side of the trees there. Of course, the huge Wicker Man structure. So I was just walking around Mutiny Bay here, past Battle Galleons and towards the gardens, when I noticed this ladder just down here on the floor. And then I thought, well, why is there a random ladder? Then I saw some boxes, and then I looked up in the trees and saw all of these lanterns. So yeah, this is quite interesting. Look at those, all the LEDs inside there. These are brand new. These are literally being put up at the moment. And I believe this will be for one of two new additions for Christmas this year. Firstly, you've got the Garden Lights Walk Twinkling Stars. Now that's a rebrand and some changes that they're going to make from Whispering Souls that they had for Scarefest. That's going to be sort of changed, and I'm looking forward to having a look around the gardens actually and seeing if there's any setup for that or any changes compared to Whispering Souls at Scarefest. But from looking on the website, there's going to be another sort of light trail using these lanterns, and I imagine that's what this is for. It says that it's going to take you to some of the most fantastical places in the garden, so I imagine that's exactly what this is going to be for. And if we look closely in the trees, there's lanterns all the way down here. As you can see, they're up there in the trees all the way across and down that way as well. You've got to look really closely, but we'll see how far this extends down, maybe from the other side in the gardens, of course, if that's open and accessible to walk round. But yeah, just thought I'd show you that. So this is one of 2 new additions for Christmas this year that I'm really looking forward to. And yeah, as you can see, these lights kind of extend across this way. Yeah, you can just see them there going across into that tree. Not too sure if there's actually a lantern up in that one or not. I can't see one. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see exactly what this is going to be like. So just before I make my way down into the Alton Towers Gardens, just thought I'd show you some more Garland. I'm sure you're all loving seeing this, getting you in the festive mood. Here we go. So you've got Garland that stretches all the way across here. And of course they've kept the lighting in on the top just there. They were lit up red during Scarefest and they looked great. So I imagine a combination of the lights in here and that all lit up, it'll look really nice for Christmas. But anyway, we're going to head now down into the gardens themselves. We'll head down this path, have a walk round and then come back up and sort of walk around the top, because I can see some more decorations to see up in that direction. But we'll go for a nice bit of exercise now, a nice walk around the grounds. So I've only just stepped down into the gardens and already we've got some changes to see just here up the top there. Got like a soldier who's standing there and also some presents as well. So of course this will all form part of the Garden Lights Walk Twinkling Stars that we'll be able to enjoy, fingers crossed, next month here at Alton Towers. But yeah, they're looking quite good. Hopefully we'll be able to go and stand near those and have a photo. Great photo opportunity that'd be. So round here at the Lyon Fountain then now, we can actually see there's 2 of those soldiers up there. I could only see one from where I was just, but there's also something down here on the left hand side. It looks to be the top of a building, doesn't it? That's quite interesting. It's not like a replica of the towers that they've done in miniature form or something, is it? Like, I'm not too sure, but obviously we can't really see it very well from this angle. And I've tried to get to a higher vantage point, and that's about all we can see of that. But quite interesting. I imagine then they're going to send us up that way during the Christmas event. For Halloween, you just came down this way, and that was sort of your view from this point. But I imagine with how low level that stuff is, they're going to open this pathway along the top just here. Well, the conservatories are looking absolutely beautiful as always, especially on this very nice day for November. I mean, it's gorgeous weather, isn't it? All of the lighting's still in place down here that was used for Scarefest, but they've actually changed the colours on here. So I don't know if this is going to be the colour that they're going to be, or they've just changed them so they're not quite as spooky. But that looks like a white, if not a little bit blue possibly, or even a bit of pink in there. It's quite hard to tell in the daytime. I just listed off loads of colours then, didn't I? But yeah, we'll see what happens. Of course, we'll have a look at the other lighting as well. They've still got the moving heads in place over on this side as well. Before they were shining up towards the trees over there. Maybe we're going to have some snowflake effects or something like that. And also I'm hoping that we're going to get lots of different audio changes. I mean, it was great at Scarefest, all the audio. It was different in each section of the gardens. And I imagine for Christmas they've got different soundtracks planned for that as well. A nice focal point Christmas tree then down here at the walkway of the conservatories. No lights or decorations yet, but of course there's still a few weeks to go until the hopeful start date for that event. But yeah, you can see that's in place here, and again, loads of brilliant photo opportunities, just like the yew arches that are down here as well, that have still got all the lights in there. I'm looking forward to seeing these again during the Christmas event. I mean, these were absolutely beautiful. Doesn't actually look like they're like dimming this time. I mean, before they were sort of flashing a little bit, just dimming and then lighting up again. They look like they're just on still, or maybe the actual program that was running those isn't on at the moment. But yeah, as you can see, they're actually fully lit at the moment and turned on. So I'm not too sure about that, but again, we're going to find out. Of course, you got this big prop down here that was never really used. I'm still not really too sure what it is. I mean, it's like a lever of some form. It wasn't used during Scarefest from what I saw anyway, but it was there. So hopefully something's going to happen with that, because it has got a wire running into it here. So is that going to move or something? Or are they going to do some sort of switch on maybe where they turn the lights on? Who knows? Get your comments coming in. Let me know your thoughts. And the chair is still in place here as well, of course, that was used during Whispering Souls with the lighting and the speaker down there. So I thought whilst I'm walking around the beautiful gardens, it'd be the perfect opportunity to tell you about the rides that should be open for the Christmas event. Now, of course, it is a reduced offering. It's not really aimed at thrill seekers. It is a family event, a family offering, and that's what they've been going for many years now. And it works really well for them. And that's going to continue this year. Now, in terms of what you can expect for the Christmas event, CBeebies Land, pretty much all of the attractions in there are advertised to be open, other than Get Set Go, Treetop Adventure. That has a few issues normally over winter in terms of like ice on the track and that sort of thing, so they normally don't open that, but I do remember in the past they have actually opened it, but they've just not advertised it before, so maybe they'll do something similar like that this year. Right next door, probably the biggest ride to be open during the Christmas event, again subject to weather conditions for all of these attractions, other than a couple of them of course that are indoors, but Spinball Whizzer, that is scheduled to be open, the park's Mara spinning coaster, that's the biggest ride that's part of the Christmas event. Going over to the other side of Tower Street now, where we were earlier in this vlog, Mutiny Bay Heave Ho. Hopefully it'll be back, I'm sure it will be, that's why they're doing the maintenance now. Heave Ho and also Marauders Mayhem as well, the spinning barrels ride that you'll be able to enjoy. Also in Mutiny Bay, the Shark Bait Reef by Sea Life, that'll be open for you to enjoy, go through there, see all the fish, all the sharks, different creatures, that's always open for Christmas, and it's always very popular, especially with how nice and warm it is inside with the tropical temperatures in some of them different rooms. But yes, Sea Life will be open. Along with that as well, up at the Towers, Hex, the Legend of the Towers, that's going to be open. Jewel, the Haunted House Strikes Back, that's also scheduled to be open for Christmas. I know they've put some decorations and stuff in there last year. It was always really good, so I'm looking forward to seeing what they do in terms of any more decorations like that for this year, and whether they put some stuff in Hex, possibly a couple of trees maybe down the queue line or something. I don't know, like that's the beauty of them really trying to go big this year with Christmas, with everything that's gone on, and trying something different in a big park, lots of space for social distancing. The possibilities are endless really, and along with that as well, the Cuckoo Cars driving school there also going to be operating for the Christmas event. All of that subject to change, and also as well with the weather conditions, if there's snow on the ground, then yes, Spinball Whizzer probably ain't going to be running around, and things like Octonauts, the roller coaster in there, and in CBeebies, that's probably not going to be in action, but it all depends on the weather conditions. Like always really, when you come to a theme park, everything's always subject to availability. So let's carry on around the gardens. Haven't seen any other changes really yet, so let's go down this way towards the bandstand and also the pagoda. No real changes in this part of the garden from Scarefest, other than the lights being on a different colour, but I imagine that's more just a set programme at the moment. They've probably not decided on what colours they want to have things down here, but all the projectors are in place. I did show you these at Scarefest. These weren't in for the first couple of weeks of Halloween, and then they brought them in afterwards, but yeah, you've got the projectors down here that all shine up on these beautiful archways just here. There's 3 projectors, there's one over there, and of course the 2 that you've just seen. Yeah, they've still got all the nice lighting here on the posts, and of course all of the nice chasing icicles there, which look absolutely brilliant over in the bandstand. Now unfortunately it's not switched on today, but it's still a really impressive structure even when it's not in action. The pagoda fountain down here in the gardens, looking absolutely beautiful on this November day, and it's quite a nice day today. The sun's been shining, it's gone in a little bit now, but it has been a lovely day, but it is quite chilly. But it's nice just to take it all in down here in the gardens and of course enjoy it. Such a majestic structure, isn't it, standing there in the water. I'm really hoping at some point we can come down here and see this at night. I mean, during Scarefest with Whispering Souls, of course it was all lit up, but it was more to be seen from a distance. You were walking up the top there, and they didn't have the pathway open down here. But I'd love for them at some point to be able to put a little bit more lighting in on the pathways to allow people to actually come down here at night and see this. I imagine as well it'd be a bit of a concern with the water that I'd probably have to put a bit of a temporary fence in, but just to come down here and see that at some point in the future would be absolutely stunning. I'd love to see it down here at night with the fountain on and all of that lighting what they installed. Oh, looks like my friend down here in the water is a bit cold. Where's his hood gone? It's fallen down. Oh dear. I tell you what, if they don't dress him up in something Christmassy, maybe a Christmas jumper, a Santa hat on him or something, I'll be disappointed. But let's see what happens. Fingers crossed they're going to do something with him for Christmas. He's a bit cold, aren't you, mate? Well, nothing else to see down in the gardens in regards to Christmas setup, but of course there is still a few weeks to go, and you've got to think a lot of it is already installed down there in the gardens, of course, from Halloween. Anyway, we've got a couple of Christmas trees to see just here out the front of the towers, but I found something a little bit more exciting. A huge stage seems to have been built on Fountain Square. Now, of course, this is right down by Hex, the Legend of the Towers. Look at the size of that stage. As you can see, there's a little bit of scenery on there as well. A couple of flags, it seems, like a target board on there. I'm not too sure what that's going to be at the moment, but I imagine this pretty much seems that we're going to be seeing something for Christmas on that stage. I mean, you've got to look at what Alton Towers have done in regards to entertainment this year. On the front lawns, we had the big stage for Oktoberfest. We then had entertainment on the lawns for Scarefest. So it seems like Christmas, if it can all go ahead as planned, we're going to be seeing some entertainment down there on that huge stage. And it's worth pointing out, that's a bigger stage than what they had for Oktoberfest and also for Scarefest as well. It's got a nice cover on it, stop the performers getting snowed on or rained on or whatever the weather may bring us in December. But fingers crossed this can go ahead. I mean, entertainment gets me really excited. It's always nice to see more entertainment, especially here at my local park, Alton Towers. I've always really enjoyed the entertainment offering. So let's see what happens with this. I mean, of course, the gardens are going to be open for another few weeks, so we might see this progress more in terms of lighting and theming. Can't see any speakers or truss or anything really there too much yet, other than, of course, the actual truss, what's holding up the structure. But yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see how that develops. But yeah, huge stage that I imagine is for Christmas. I can't really think of anything else that it before. So yeah, that's really exciting and very promising in terms of seeing some more entertainment for the festive season here at Alton Towers. Comment down below, let me know your thoughts. What would you like to see on the stage? Some sort of Christmas show, character meet and greets, carol singers, I don't know. What would you like to see on there? Drop me a comment down below, I'd love to know. So in terms of the final place to really see any updates regarding Christmas here at Alton Towers is just here on White Bridge, where you can see they've actually put the garland down on both sides. There's quite a few Christmas trees actually down on this pathway. And yeah, these look great in terms of a photo opportunity. You can stand just there, get the gardens in, especially when they're all lit up at night. They're just behind it. Brilliant photo opportunity with the garland and all the baubles down here. During Scarefest, the gardens looked absolutely amazing from here. I took loads of photos and put them on Instagram and our other social media. Give us a follow at Theme Park Worldwide. It'd be great to see you over there. And yeah, you know, in terms of the Christmas setup, I am very impressed. Hopefully they can go ahead with it because everything is looking absolutely fantastic for this year. So I've been here at Alton Towers for just under 3 hours today. Had a really nice walk round. I've done just over 12,000 steps, including a couple of walks down into the gardens, all the way around the areas that are open. And you know what? It's great to be able to be local and come and enjoy Alton Towers like this. Like I say, a lot of the National Trust attractions are open. Trenton Gardens, that isn't too far away, up in Stoke-on-Trent. That's open for exercise. So I think it's good that Alton Towers have opened it for that, especially for us locals to come up here and just enjoy it. Seen so many people today who would never normally be here at Alton Towers, you know, because they wouldn't want to pay full price to come in just to enjoy the grounds. They've got no interest in the rides, they just want to see the grounds and the gardens. I'd love to see them continue this even after COVID's not a thing anymore, you know, keep people coming into Alton Towers over winter, and it'd be even better if they could open up parts of the Towers ruins as well. So many people that I've seen here today that I've been speaking to and they've been saying, oh, you know, it'd be great if the Towers ruins were open as well. I completely agree, especially the areas that are accessible. It'd be really nice to see them open it along with the gardens. In terms of what else we've seen today, the Christmas setup, so much more than really I think they've ever done for Christmas, or at least in the more modern times of Alton Towers. Go back to the 80s, they used to do a full Christmas event. There was parades, there was the ice skating show, there was all sorts. They've not done anything like that for years, so it'd be great to see them go a bit more to town for Christmas this year. The decorations are looking good, the stage looks really promising in Fountain Square, and the 2 different light trails that we're going to have to enjoy. Fingers crossed that, you know, the lockdown is going to come to an end, these events can happen as planned, and of course we'll be covering it here on Theme Park Worldwide. But it's been great to get back here to Alton Towers and this bit of a surprise vlog. I was only vlogging here last week on the last day of the season, thinking it's probably going to be a while before I film a vlog again, but yeah, it's nice to be here today and back here at the local, and it's perfect for a nice social distance walk around and take in the wonderful decorations and trees all around the park. So there we go. Thanks for joining me, Sean Sandbrook, here on Theme Park Worldwide. Like I say, if you haven't already, give us a follow, whoa, windy, over on our social media channels. And that leaves me with one more thing to say. Get out there and keep on riding. See you all soon.